Fantastic. So I saw an ad last week for a laxative, and the tagline was "Love your laxative." Does anyone here love their laxative as much as I love mine? Yeah. I've never really had to use a laxative, though. Let's just say that if bowel movements were an Olympic sport, they would test me for performance-enhancing drugs. I am a champion. I read an article last week. Did you guys read this? Scientists are now saying that multitasking causes brain damage. I don't remember exactly how it causes brain damage because I was reading it while I was going 90 down the interstate. But I'll let you guys know next time. Next time I get behind the wheel. So anybody like sushi here in Nolensville? Yeah. I don't know where they catch it around here with all these beautiful brimming ocean shores. But I was in a sushi place and it was weird. I noticed there was a weird ratio of Japanese employees to Mexican employees. It was like when they run out of qualified Japanese employees, they're like, what's the next skin tone down? Mexicans. Julio, you're hired! I like to go in there and order fajitas, see if I can catch them off sides. Oh, Julio, this is a Japanese place. Get back to work. I saw in the news recently, so Mattel came out with something called the Curvy Barbie. Did you see this? Yeah. Mattel came out with the Curvy Barbie. It's about damn time, right, women? Right, ladies? It's a Barbie that basically reflects what a real woman's supposed to look like, the average woman, because the real Barbie obviously isn't. I've never seen a woman walking around looking like that. But it would have been a nice message if they would have gotten rid of normal Barbie, but they didn't. They kept her, so when you put normal Barbie next to Curvy Barbie, she makes Curvy Barbie look like a fat little troll. She looks like the ugly Barbie that all the hot Barbies take to the bar to make themselves feel better. Oh my God, at least they get more men than Becky does. And they gave Curvy Barbie blue hair. They gave her blue hair. Why couldn't they give her like brunette, blonde, black hair, whatever, normal? They gave her blue hair. It's like Mattel is telling us, well, if she's going to be curvy, she has to make up for it with all that personality and that creativity. Can't just have blonde hair on that curvy Barbie. But, I have kids, and, I want to see some more educational Barbies, more, updated Barbies, maybe like a Zika virus Barbie. Comes with a vaccination and a delayed Guatemalan vacation. Or if you want to go really recent, maybe like a mom Barbie decides to take her kid to the zoo to pet a gorilla Barbie. Comes with mass Facebook-inspired journalistic chaos. I mean, goodness gracious. Goodness gracious! That's not a good way to end a joke, by the way. Goodness gracious! Laugh! So a couple years back, I came here for music just like every other jerk you've met in this city. Down there on Broadway for the good old CMAs or whatever. But, woo! Yeah. Woo! Yeah, that's not music. But anyway, I'm a little uncomfortable sometimes. I decided to do comedy, and it's hard to tell if it's going well sometimes, but I think it's going okay. But when I moved here, I was in an all-black band. I was the only white guy on stage, which is actually a feeling I was used to because I was also the only white guy to come out of my mother's uterus. The rest of us look like a white trash Family Matters. I guess I'm Urkel in that scenario. But, she would get this hankering every couple of weeks. She would, go to Waffle House at like midnight. Wouldn't see her. The next morning I meet my new dad. Never see him again. 9 months later, spit out another kid. It's like some kind of non-profit PBS, We Are the Colors of the Rainbow diversity ad. Anyway, I got kicked out of that band. It was kind of sad. I knew it was time to leave music though when they fired me. I thought they liked me, right? Because the stereotype is that black musicians can groove. We're doing like Stevie Wonder covers, 12 key changes. I think I'm hanging in there, but no, I wasn't. Turns out they kept me around because they like to get high and watch me do a little white boy shuffle. It was compared to Stephen Hawking doing the salsa. Looked good. But we're going to stay on music for a minute. Anybody here like Pitbull? Mr. Worldwide. He's a Latin prince, apparently. I don't get this guy though, because he doesn't really like sing. He doesn't even really play an instrument. As far as I can tell, he only got famous because he dances in slacks really well.
Yeah.
No concurrence there? I concur? Nothing?
Worldwide.
Well, worldwide. But either that or he's the world's most famous burn victim. His skin looks awesome. He glistens in the sunlight. But I love music. I love lyrics. I was listening. Any Red Hot Chili Peppers fans in here? Yeah. Worldwide. I love the Chili Peppers. I was listening to that song, Give It Away. Who knows that song? Give it away, give it away. Yeah. So I love that. But I was getting a little tripped up on that lyric though. That what I got, you got to give it to your mama. Because what's Anthony Kiedis talking about there? He's talking about hepatitis B, right? He's either talking, I can't think of anything he'd want to give my mama other than like Hep B, maybe some rehab tokens. Open-ended access to rehab tokens. All right. Just like Lee, I'm going to put that one to bed. Yeah. Anyway, I went to the eye doctor the other day. I was kind of confused. I went to the eye doctor and they checked my heart rate. They checked, they put the stethoscope on me. They want to see how my heart was doing. And she's like, your blood pressure's really high. You should get that checked out. You could die. I was like, thanks, eye doctor nurse. I'm not here for a cardiovascular exam. I didn't know there was an optic nerve on my aorta. Why don't you give me a colonoscopy and tell me if I'm nearsighted? Anybody find out about this event on Facebook?
Yeah.
I hate Facebook. I hate it. All my friends now are like posting their run maps. Anybody's friends doing this, they go for a run and then they post the map to Facebook. Like, look how far I ran. I'm so glad they're doing this though, because now I know exactly when they're running and where they're running every day, so I can run them over with my car so they stop posting their run maps to Facebook. But right? And they're running like 1.5 miles. I'm an asthmatic. I'm a fat asthmatic. I could crawl 1.5 miles. I'm not posting that on Facebook. Do something for society. Do something for charity. But the one thing I really hate about Facebook is that column that pops up when you open it. The people you may know. You guys know that part where they tell you people you should be friends with? It's always the absolute worst human beings I've ever come across in my life. You can rename this column to, I don't know, for me it could be people that kicked my ass in high school. Or girls that rejected me in high school but now have 5 kids with 6 different men. Yeah. Any mathematicians in here? This isn't even in the bid, but did anybody else get a little bit of joy in the fact that the cheerleaders that rejected you in high school are now just selling like Plexus and it works on Facebook now? I get this joy. I responded like, I'm kind of interested. Not really! Congratulations on your business venture. So, keep staying on Facebook here. So Mark Zuckerberg came out with this statement recently. Apparently, Mark Zuckerberg wants all the unreached people groups of the world to have internet so they can get on Facebook. He wants them all to be connected, all the indigenous tribes of the world. And they need Facebook, right? We need that. I'm just imagining, some really deep in the woods indigenous tribe doing selfies of virgin sacrifices. 2 tribesmen hugging each other great virgin sacrifice today, LMAO. In the background they're throwing a virgin into a volcano. Good one, Mark Zuckerberg. Any frat boys here? Anybody was in a fraternity? Yeah. Yeah, you're cool. Yeah, I wasn't allowed in a frat. I never really understood the frat thing, though. This whole Greek life thing. I asked too many questions, and they didn't want me to be involved. I was like, so tell me about this Greek life thing. Do you speak Greek? I'm asking, what are those symbols on your shirt? He's like, well, I don't know, man. I'm a Kappa Sig. It's just those are our symbols, man. Oh, impressive. Impressive. Greek life. So I'm like, I still don't get it. So tell me, what is this whole Greek life thing? It's like, well, it's about the brotherhood, man. Support, making friendships, and thinking back to the Greek culture. I'm like, oh, you mean like in ancient Greek culture when like they would go off to wartime for years at a time and the men would have sex with each other because it was the highest form of morale boost. That type of brotherhood? Got my rear end kicked, obviously. And finally someone did give me a real answer though. Someone finally told me, I was like, what is this whole fraternity thing? So I was like, well, it looks good on a job resume. Does it? It looks good on a job resume. That's fantastic. I'm just imagining being a hiring manager at like a bank. And like, oh, I see here you were a Kappa Sig. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Hey, tell me about how butt-chugging beer during a hazing ritual makes you the best candidate to be a teller at my bank. You're hired! Oh. Yeah. So, any Taco Bell eaters in here? Yeah, I love that stuff. It's good. You gotta give it up for the R&D though department at Taco Bell, because think about how long they've been around, and they have one philosophy: same meat, different wrapper. The innovation is very minimal at Taco Bell. Like, think about it's like decades ago, like, all right guys, tacos, burritos, man, sales are dropping, they're plummeting, we gotta innovate here, we gotta come up with something fantastic. Somebody give me an idea. And some guy like raised his hand, like, well, I don't know if this is a good idea. He's like, what's your name? Jim. Okay. Yeah, maybe if we just like put another shell on top of the existing shell, call it like a double-decker. Gold, Jim! Hookers and Coke for my man here! Gold, Jimmy! A couple years later, like, all right guys, the double-decker's not doing so well. We need something new. We need something hot. We need to innovate here. And the same guy's like, I got an idea. Jim! What if, like, instead of a flour tortilla, it's just like a gordita with cheese on the outside of the top? We'll call it a cheesy gordita crunch. Gold!